I'm Lisa from Active Domestics, and today I'm going to give you my best tips for all areas around the house that can help you get your house looking cleaner and tidier, ready for those guests that are coming. And what better time than Christmas to discover that you can delay your cleaning no longer. You want your house to look as nice as possible. You want it to look homely and really to represent you and how you generally try and live. You've got limited amount of time and you want to maximize what you're doing. So you've got to do things in the right order. And that order always starts with getting rid of as much clutter as possible. Try and put things away where they go, and if you can't do that, make a neat pile somewhere. Getting rid of the clutter will allow you to be able to clean a lot more thoroughly and a lot more quickly. You want to dedicate different time frames for different things in each room, so you've got a general sense of cleanliness and order throughout your home. So even if you only start with, say, a minute or 2 minutes of decluttering, that's going to make a huge difference to the flow of your cleaning when you get into the actual cleaning part. Just see.
Getting clean starts with getting tidy.
No matter what the occasion is, any gathering is usually going to take place a lot in your dining room lounge area and of course the kitchen area. So you want to pay particular attention to those sorts of places. Remember, a table doesn't just have one surface. Yes, of course, most people pay attention to the top of the table, but a table has multiple surfaces and you need to also wipe around here as well. I've also starting here with a really wet cloth. I've got the sink ready with dishwashing detergent and hot water, and this cloth has been thoroughly dampened and then well squeezed out. I had a cleaning agency for almost 2 decades, and in the process of me trialing and training new cleaners, it always surprised me how many people I would see who would go to clean with practically a dry cloth and just the cleaning chemical. That is really not good. Think of it this way, it not only could it damage the surface of your table or any surfaces, you don't want to have those chemicals all over your table and then be leaning your hands and touching and eating from it. That's not good for you, and it's unnecessary because most of the time, unless someone's been coughing all over the table, it's really just a bit of food that's been spilled and it really just needs to be wiped clean. We really need to stop and pick and choose our time to use those stronger chemicals because a lot of the times they're just not necessary. Now, if you see me sweating, it's really, really hot here in Australia and yeah, it's very muggy.
This first wipe is really just about getting all the crumbs from the table.
So I'm going to go over again now to give it a really thorough wipe.
I did rinse my cloth in between wipes, and on this wipe I get a lot more detailed wiping chairs and edges, etc.
You may need to clean the actual legs as well because they certainly get dirty, particularly if you've got young kids. So I'm constantly just turning my cloth over. It makes the job quicker because then I don't have to keep going back to the sink to actually rinse my cloth out until later.
You don't realise how dirty they are until you start wiping.
And before I start the vacuuming around this area, I'm just going to wipe over a couple of other surfaces, but I'm going to give this a quick rinse.
A vacuum cleaner with a soft attachment can also help dust.
Cleaning does take more time when you complicate it with lots of products and lots of gadgets and things like that. I like to keep things simple and yeah, just keep things simple. I'm going outside quickly and just wiping that excess window. I think that one of the things you can do to really make your house sparkle is to wash a couple of windows. It doesn't have to be a big deal. I'm just going off and washing off a few dead insects on that side. We always keep that window open because it's got a security grill, so it's I don't have to worry about the other sliding bit. I'm just going to wipe over the outside because yeah, when you've got a lot of people over, it can actually really make the house look a lot brighter and cleaner if you actually wipe a few windows, and in particular windows near the kitchen and in the dining room where people will be congregating for longer periods of time. So yeah, all I used there was just a well rinsed out cloth that, you know, I'd rinsed it in detergent and hot water and then squeezed it out really well. And yeah, I removed quite a bit of dirt with that, so it didn't take long at all. You always want to vacuum the carpeted areas before you vacuum the hard surfaces around the carpet. Whilst you're vacuuming the carpeted areas, things are likely going to flick, and so that's why you do it in that order. Save yourself time. I'll complete this whole area before I do get to the mopping stage, and then I'll mop the whole area all at once. Now you saw how dirty my cloth was after I wiped those windows and those window screens back there, because I did both of them. Now one of my top tips for making your cleaning a lot faster is to make sure you have plenty of clean cleaning cloths available to use. I prefer good quality microfiber ones. But otherwise, I also really like using things like old face cloths, face washers, that type of thing can make really good cleaning cloths. As I said before, you always make sure they're wet and then really well squeezed out before you go wiping things. And I'm just continually turning my cloth around when one section gets dirty. Oh yeah, that was pretty dirty. So I'm also actually going to wipe over the couch, particularly in these key areas where people always leave their hands or their cereal bowls or their sweaty arms. So it looks about ready for vacuuming to me. Like most of you, I'm way removed from my dream kitchen, but hey, we've got to just look after what we've got here, because it'll be a wee while yet before I do get that dream kitchen. But most people, when they think of cleaning the kitchen, they do clean the surfaces, but I want you to also to remember to clean things like around the salt and pepper shaker, the sauce bottles, the jug, around the jug and the jug handle, the fridge, in front of the dishwasher door, the oven door, and things like that. If you don't have time to clean the oven, maybe you might just have time to clean the glass oven door on the inside, make it look a little bit cleaner. You can cut a few corners just to make things look a lot better, because of course this is a very busy time of year for everyone, and the kitchen also sees a huge amount of action during times when you have guests over. It's very hard to clean whilst you're actually cooking, and that's what happens in this house. Someone is always coming down and cooking something else to eat. Now I'm going to use a little bit of cleaning products in the kitchen area because, of course, by its very nature, kitchens are greasy places. In this container here, I've just reused the container, and I've got a little bit of water with a bit of dishwashing detergent and a little bit of vinegar. That's all it is. And I'm just spraying it onto my cloth and going around and cleaning all those surfaces. It really makes a big difference cleaning things like this, because they do get really dirty, but it really does make the kitchen look a lot cleaner when you've cleaned the cupboard doors. course, you're going to want to make sure you clean the microwave inside and out. That's already being done. And you saw I removed these from the table before. I'm also going to give them a quick wipe. I'll go put them on back on the table in a moment. So I'm just going to keep wiping everything, then vacuum, and then it's going to be time to mop down here. So we're rocking it now. But normally if you use really hot water, it actually dries faster and with less marks on the floor. It's super duper important too that you actually read the label on the product that you're using. Some floor cleaning products, you just need a cup full of product. Other floor cleaning products, you actually need half a cup. So you want to get that right, because if you use too much, it's going to become slippery and it's going to become streaky. If you use too little, your job of cleaning is going to be more difficult and it's going to take you longer. So of course with mopping, I want to start in an area where I'm not going to be walking over the bits I've already mopped. And so I'm keeping that in mind with the decision of how I'm going about this job. I'm also being very, very careful with every step that I make, because of course I don't want to slip. Remember that people who clean often hurt themselves through slips, trips and falls, and I do not want that happening to me. So when I'm cleaning a bathroom, I actually change the order of which I'm cleaning things. In everywhere else in the house, I will wipe the surfaces before vacuuming. But in a bathroom, I will always vacuum before I start cleaning. And that's for two reasons. Number one, it helps collect all that excess hair, which is going to make cleaning a lot faster because I won't need to rinse out my cloth as often. And number two, it means that if when I'm cleaning the bathroom and I get a bit of water on the floor, I'm not then going to come in with my expensive vacuum cleaner and suck up that water and potentially wreck my vacuum cleaner. So these are the reasons why I changed that order in the bathroom. Certainly getting rid of all that excess hair really does help save a lot of time when it comes to cleaning bathrooms, because you do use a lot of time rinsing out your cloth. And that's also a place where having multiple cloths to go over onto a fresh cloth can sometimes make the world of difference, particularly if you're cleaning a really dirty bathroom that really hasn't been attended to in some time. Make sure you have plenty of extra toilet paper for your guests to use in an obvious space to avoid any potential stressful moments. When you're cleaning the toilet, do remember to actually clean around the outside of the toilet bowl. Wipe all those areas as well. That's certainly one of the areas that I would first wipe around with toilet paper before I started cleaning the toilet, because it's a notoriously filthy spot. So definitely needs a clean, and that'll get rid of any bad smells or any yuckiness. Now, whatever products you're using to clean in your bathroom, it's completely up to you. I sometimes use standard sort of multi-purpose sprays, and other times I just use homemade cleaning products such as Castile soap and water with essential oils. So that's actually my usual choice, and then occasionally I'll use a store-bought kind of cleaning product. But whatever you use, you have to remember to take care of your safety. Some of these cleaning products have actually got a lot of warnings on the back of the product. Basically, you're going to always want to make sure you're wearing gloves. With this one, it recommends actually wearing eye protection because it's the odor from the chemical can actually be dangerous for not only your lungs but also your skin and your eyes. So you actually have to be really careful with these sorts of products and be really mindful and respectful when you're using them. And when I mean respectful to your own health. You don't have to use these strong cleaning products when you're cleaning bathrooms. You just need good cleaning techniques, a standard basic cleaning product, and some really good cleaning cloths. And like I said, several cleaning cloths. Don't limit yourself just to the one, particularly if it's a really dirty bathroom. You're going to need more of them. I also use things like those microfiber cleaning cloths to polish the outside of the cleaning glass as opposed to using paper towels. And because, they last for years, those things. Whatever you're using, also make sure that you open the windows and have good ventilation whilst you're cleaning. Now you may notice that in this bathroom that the glass is really nice. My best tips for cleaning the glass in your bathroom is to remind you that you actually do need to clean the glass in your bathroom. A lot of people think, oh, it's glass, I'm not too sure what to do. I just do the same thing as I clean the tiles. I spray the product on, get a really wet cloth, give everything a really good clean, and then rinse it. And the rinsing it is one of the key aspects to keeping this glass looking clean and shiny without streaking and without any buildup or residue. Now in this shower, it's got one of these things. I can't remove it and take it off and rinse everything like I can in one of the upstairs bathrooms. So what I tend to do is after I've cleaned it, I then rinse it as much as I can with this. And then I get a cleaning cloth, a clean cleaning cloth that's really wet, and just start rinsing all the places that I can't otherwise reach. Sometimes I even get a small bucket or a small bowl and use that to help rinse in places. But the rinsing is really, really important for getting rid, for having a lovely, clean, streak-free look to your shower screen glass. So folks, we've been around different areas of my house and I've shown you how I quickly cleaned in order to be as thorough and effective and efficient as possible. And I've given you multiple tips just to think about how you're doing things in order to move through the jobs as pain-free as possible. I hope that that's helped and that you've got something out of that, and that you can see you can really get around a few areas you can really get around a few areas in your house in not that much time and really make a significant difference to how everything is looking and presenting the house how you wish to present your house to your guests. So have an awesome time with all your guests and happy cleaning, and see you next time. Thank you for watching.